Cuts it back 5. Touchdown, Breakers.
Yo, what is going on, Breaker Nation? It's your boy Leaux. I'm back in this thing. We're 2-0. Good start to the season so far. I know that Houston gave us a bit of a scare in week 2, but we were able to prevail. The defense made some big plays late in the game. Excuse me. Wow. Defense made some big plays late in the game. Bethel-Thompson made a beautiful touch pass down the field that got us into field goal range, and then West Hills was able to actually score a touchdown rather than us kick a field goal. So we were able to escape that game with a win against a divisional opponent, which is always important. So now we've got an even bigger game. So we're going to move on to the preview of our week 3 game against the Stallions. Oh, you guys already know why this is a big game, but in case you don't know for whatever reason, first of all, we're 0-3 against the Stallions dating back to last season, so that's annoying. Also, they're our biggest rival. It's the biggest rivalry in the USFL, and I know we haven't beat them yet, but like it's like shades of Alabama and LSU. Every time they play each other, it feels like a big game, right? We played them in week 3 last year, and both undefeated teams, it felt like a big game. We played them in week 8, and the winner won the South. So, like, again, big game. We played them in the playoffs, big game. Every time we've played them, it's felt like a big game. And right now, 2 of the last undefeated teams are playing each other in week 3. So, again, it's another big game. But I'm going to break down, things to look for and whatnot as I do each week. So let's get into these players to watch. For us, I've got Bethel-Thompson. He's going to be a player to watch in like every one of these videos, but especially a game like this. He's done a super good job of protecting the football, making the right decisions, making big plays, especially last week. Like I said, that touch pass down the field, that was a great play. Excuse me. But especially in this game, he's going to have to be able to protect the ball and make the right plays, make the right reads, and, get us in a position to score points. It's going to be very important. Sage Surratt. Listen, these are the best 2 tight ends going at it this week, right? And I know you see it. I got Sternberger for them, but these are the best 2 tight ends. Sage Surratt leads the league in receptions and yards, like period. Not just tight ends, but I'm talking wide receivers too, and running backs, I guess. But Sage Surratt is becoming a superstar before our eyes. The guy is unbelievable after the catch. I mean, unbelievable after the catch. He's so big and strong, but he's not slow. Like, he's got some speed on him. So, and then West Hills. West Hills was a guy that, and Logan Graffia and I had kind of talked about it. Like, it was a guy that we kind of wanted to see get a couple touches, see what he could do, because he didn't get any touches the first week at all, right? And he pops off for 110 yards and 3 touchdowns, and he almost had a 4th. So, like, he had a huge game. And when I get to my offensive keys, I'll talk about this more and why he's on there. But to be able to run the football is really important. Now, Magoo, for the Stallions, I've got Magoo, again, their quarterback. I'll probably have a quarterback on this list every week for both teams just because that's just kind of – it's the most important position in all of sports, and especially football, okay? And that's just the bottom line. Magoo is balling right now. I can't lie. 5 touchdowns, no picks. 72% completion percentage, I think, right now, and like 140 quarterback rating. I mean, he is balling. So we'll have to be able to contain Magoo, keep him in the pocket, and harass him. We're going to have to harass him all day. He's playing really well, and it's going to take us causing some turnovers to beat them. But nonetheless, Sternberger for them, again, in my opinion, the second best tight end in the USFL. But I tell you, him and Sage are 1A, 1B right now. They are balling, both of them, balling, going crazy. So, yeah, Sternberger's a guy that we're going to have to watch. It's going to be hard to defend him, but luckily I don't have to stay up late at night trying to figure that out. So, and then I know I didn't have any defensive players to watch for us, and that's because it's going to take the whole defense to win this game. And they are balanced offensively. They can run the ball. They can throw the ball. So the whole defense is going to have to just show up and play this game. But anyway, for them, I had Rashad Smith. I wanted to have a defensive player for them, which he had 2 sacks last week against Memphis. So that's a guy that we got to look out for and make sure that he's blocked. Now, offensive keys to victory. Be balanced, right? Be able to effectively throw the ball, effectively run the ball, get push up front, things like that. And control the clock. Keep Birmingham off the field, but also keep your defense off the field. Keep those guys fresh. Keep them, on the sideline chilling, drinking some water, Gatorade, looking at film. Like keep them off the field as much as you can, and then score touchdowns. Now, thankfully, this is something that I had on there last week, and I kept it on there just because it's important to this game. But this is something that was really improved upon. We got into the red zone, and we had 3 rushing touchdowns. We had also the goal line fade to Sage Surratt. And we also had the touchdown to Johnny Dixon. We scored 5 touchdowns in the red zone because the red zone starts at the 20. So that was much, much improved upon. And it's going to be very important for this game too. Like we're going to have to be able to score when we get those opportunities. We cannot, kick field goals in this game or we will lose. It can't be a week 1. It has to be week 2 with less points given up for them. Because if it's close like that late in the game, it's going to be tough to beat the Stallions. But yeah, be balanced, control the clock, and score touchdowns. Now, my defensive keys to victory, I left stop the run on there from last week because we kind of got gashed in the run game. I think the Stallions, they might lean towards the run game a little bit more this week. So, yeah, we're going to have to be able to stop the run and also just kind of – and the last 2 kind of play off of each other, but get off the field. And that means just cause them to stall drives and punt a couple of times more than they normally do. We're going to have to really – our defense is going to have to perform a masterpiece probably for us to win this game. I'm not going to lie to you. But part of that is bending and not breaking because the Stallions are a good offense. Like, I don't like them. I don't like the Stallions at all. Do not like them at all. My least favorite team in the league. But they are good. They're going to move the ball down the field. Can we bend and not break? Can we keep them out of the end zone and make them kick field goals? If we can make them kick field goals, we have a good chance of winning this game. So it's really important to stop the run, to stall some of their drives, right? I know they're going to move the ball, but if we can get them to punt like 3, 4, 5 times, we'll be okay. And keep them out of the end zone. Bend and do not break. Do not let them get into that end zone because if they start putting up points and it gets into a shootout, man, it could get rough. Now, I'm going to move on to my weekly picks like I always do. And then lastly, I'll give you the Breakers pick. You guys know the deal. So, weekly picks. I've got Houston beating Memphis. Houston put up a heck of a fight against us, and I think Kenji Bahar is looking solid, although he had the 3 bad interceptions. But, we've got a veteran defense. Vontae Diggs is a smart veteran linebacker. Dre Elder is a really good safety. They were able to get some interceptions. So, that stuff kind of happens when you play a veteran defense. Memphis has just looked rough. Memphis doesn't have the offense that we do. And, Houston, it's hard to win when you give up 38 points, but they played a really good offense. The Breakers have a really good offense. Memphis, not as much. So I think Houston wins that game. Philly has the Maulers. I got Philly winning that game. The Maulers do not have an offense. They can't do any. They haven't scored an offensive touchdown yet. I like the Maulers. I like their players, their coaches, and they're really cool people, but they are struggling right now. So I think Philly is, even though Philly has a bad defense, so if there's a game that the Maulers are going to do something, it's got to be this week because, 1, you're 0-2, and also Philly has a bad defense. But even then, I've still got Philly winning this game just because they have Case Cookus and they have a good offense. And then lastly, I've got Michigan beating New Jersey 24-22. I know that's a really close game. New Jersey's going to put up a fight, man. They want that game. But Michigan is a good team. I think Michigan finds a way to prevail, win that game. They start 3-0. Now for the game, our game, the game of the year so far. New Orleans and Birmingham. I've got us winning this game But I would not be surprised if we lost this game. I'm going to be honest. This is a really good team we're playing, and it's not going to be easy, right? Like, when I say this feels like Bama LSU, it really does. Like, you're going to have to land some big time blows to win this game. And I think if we can keep them out of the end zone, I know that score kind of indicates, them, but, you can get 17 points a lot of different ways in this league. But I think if we can keep them out of the end zone and make them kick a couple of field goals, I think our offense can put up enough points to win this game, because Bethel-Thompson is a guy who makes the right decisions. I cannot remember a time so far. I've watched every play of the Breakers season so far, first 2 weeks. I cannot remember a time so far that Bethel-Thompson has thrown a ball and I was like, oh my gosh, that should have been intercepted. So I think he's going to take care of the ball and make the right decisions, and that is ultimately going to lead to us winning the game. But again, I would not be surprised if we lost this game. I think there is a chance that it plays out as far as this Birmingham series goes. Because remember, we play them twice. They are a divisional opponent. This could end up being a series where we lose this first game, and as the season progresses, we get better, right? I mean, our offense is already pretty darn good, but I think our offense could get even better as the season goes on. So if we lose this game, I think we would get them at least in the second game. I do. But it's going to be tough. You're always going to be on the road against them. So they're going to have the fan base behind them. But I think this New Orleans team is feisty, and they want to win. So I got them winning this game. That's pretty much all I've got for you guys this week. Make sure you guys are following me. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Also, make sure you're watching my shorts. I've done 2 so far, 2 1-minute long review shorts with like little highlights in them and background music and crap like that. So if you're interested in that, make sure you check it out. It is posted on the USFL Network YouTube. So go watch that. But until next time, Breaker Nation, it is your boy Leaux signing off. Peace.